Malayo na ang ating narating. Huwag hayaang matalo ng COVID-19. Ipamalas ang talino at galing. Huwag matakot, huwag sayangin. Sa kabila ng kahirapan nararanasan, sarili ay pagtibayin nang ito'y malampasan. Karahasan at diskriminasyon ay walang pinipiling panahon. Sa gitna ng pandemya, buwana, lumaban ka. Karahasan at malayo na ang ating narating. Huwag hayaang matalo ng COVID-19. Ipamalas ang talino at galing. Huwag matakot, huwag sayangin. Sa kabila ng kahirapan nararanasan, sarili ay pagtibayin nang ito'y malampasan. Karahasan at diskriminasyon ay walang pinipiling panahon. Sa gitna ng pandemya, buwana, lumaban ka. Karahasan at diskriminasyon ay walang pinipiling panahon. Sa gitna ng pandemya, buwana, lumaban ka. Sa serbisyo sa komunidad at pamilya, buwana nangunguna laban sa pandemya. Karahasan at diskriminasyon ay walang pinipiling panahon. Sa gitna ng pandemya, buwana, lumaban ka. Karahasan at diskriminasyon ay walang pinipiling panahon. Sa gitna ng pandemya, buwana, lumaban ka. Sa panahoy, huwag padadaig, paninindigay, lakasan ng marinig. Sa gitna ng pandemya, buwana, lumaban ka. Karahasan at diskriminasyon sa gitna ng
tungod kay work from home naman, nag-isod ko balanse sa mga trabaho ko sa balay. Labi na kay single mother, maestra, ug mananahi, dili gyud malikayan na mubati kog kabalaka tungod sa pandemya. Apan nakapangutan ako sa akong kaugalingon. Kayo pa ba na? Isip ko sa kababay na angkon ako nga inubanan sa pag-ampo o pagsalig sa Ginoo, walay pagsuway nga dili malampasan. Ako, si Helen Torquator, usa ka Juan. Kaya nako, kaya na to!
Sa gitna ng pandemya, Juana, lumaban ka. Karahasan at diskriminasyon ay walang pinipiling panahon. Sa gitna ng pandemya, Juana, lumaban ka.
Sa bisan unsa nga kalisod, uwana hinumdumi nga dili ka lang babae, kundi babae nga
may pakabanan.
Mga Biliran!
Andam mutabang.
masinabtanon.
Masaligan.
Juana, laban sa pandemya.
Welcome to Biliran Province State University. Let me take you back to the institution's humble beginnings. '46, a big step was taken in the development of higher education when the Naval High School was opened, making secondary education affordable to students from Biliran Island. Started as a secondary public high school, the Naval High School commenced its operation in the school year 1946 to 1947 through Municipal Resolution No. 35, issued by the late Mayor of the Municipality of Naval, Honorable Pablo Caneja, on October 13, 1945. The creation of Naval High School was a result from the request of the Navaleños during the dark days of the aftermath of the World War II. By virtue of Republic Act 4309 introduced by the late Congressman Marcelino Veloso on June 19, 1965, Naval High School was converted to a chartered state college named Naval Institute of Technology under the administration of Mr. Alfredo C. Josep, the first NIT president, with vocational and engineering curricular offerings. After Mr. Alfredo C. Josep retired from service in 1991, he was then succeeded by Dr. Francisco B. Ibio Sr., who became the officer in charge of the institution from 1991 to 1992. By virtue of a search committee, he was then preceded by Dr. Juanito S. Sison, who became the president of NIT from the year 1992 to 1999. At the end of Dr. Juanito S. Sison's term, he was succeeded by Dr. Esperanza D. Pajo, the First Lady President of the college. Dr. Pajo served for 4 years from 2000 to 2004. After her term, she was then preceded by Dr. Edita S. Inson, who became the officer in charge of the institution. On October 14, 2009, the then Naval Institute of Technology was converted to Naval State University per Republic Act 9718 through Her Excellency Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, installing Dr. Edita S. Henson as the first university president. Over time, the university is in its continuous pursuit for excellence, especially on its academic endeavors. Dr. Edita S. Henson served as the university president from the year 2009 to 2013. She was succeeded by Dr. Minerva E. Senyosa, Mrs. Nenita S. Sirenio, Dr. Matias A. Bentor Jr., and Dr. Victor C. Canyezo Jr., who all served in succession as officer in charge of NSU from the year 2013 to 2000. By the core values which is brilliance, innovation, progress, service, and unity, the university will ascend to its greater purpose through the implementation of its Wow Bipso Vives of Worthiness banner program.
The premier institution of higher learning in the province, established to provide advanced education, higher technological and professional training to its clientele, and produce research-driven, service-oriented, and globally competitive graduates. Welcome to Biliran Province State University. You are about to commence a new journey and enter a new world. So buckle up, Pipsonistas, and join Tiger Bob as he tours you around the campus. The President's Office. Vice President for Administration and Finance. Residential Management Team. University Media and Information Office. Medical and Dental Clinic. Registrar. Accounting. Cashier. University Gymnasium. Supply Office. Engineering and General Services Office. IGP. Cultural Office. Andaya Building. University Museum. Center for Biliran Province Studies. Management Information System. Gender and Development Office. Research Office. Vice President for Research and Innovation. Student Council. Student Center. Guidance Office. Student Development and Services Office. Vice President for Extension Services, Students and External Affairs. Popular Publication. Office of the Sports and Athletic Services. National Service Training Program Office. ID Production. Hostel. University Learning and Resource Center. Laboratory High School. Dormitory. Bipsu Garments Industry. ROTC. College Buildings. School of Teacher Education. School of Graduate Studies. School of Nursing and Health Sciences. School of Arts and Sciences. School of Criminal Justice. School of Technology and Computer Studies. School of Management and Entrepreneurship. School of Engineering. School of Maritime Education.
And that's it, Pipsonistas, the facilities and offices you'll be seeing for the next years of your stay on your new home. Truly, Bipsu has much more that it can offer that you really need to look forward to. The student-friendly offices, state-of-the-art buildings, and modernized learning facilities will make you say, I'm a proud Bipsonista.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our three equally active chairpersons, Dr. Julie Lopez for the BSIT program, Dr. Reynold Bustillo for the BSCS program, and Mrs. Cheryl Ibaho for the BSIS program. Good morning also to our dynamic dean, Dr. Shona Sabinay, and of course to our distinguished resource speaker this morning, to my co-faculty. Welcome and dayon sa STCS, the onboarding program for first semester of the school year 2021 to 2022 with the hashtag Sana All
Recording in
Advancing Love
progress.
for Online Teaching. Dayon sa STCS, the onboarding program is our way to welcome everyone in our school in preparation for the first semester with the school year 2021 to 2022. And to provide a smooth discussion from our resource speaker this morning, we would like to request our dear faculty members to please mute your microphones, and we hope to only unmute microphones when necessary. This is to ensure that we do not disturb our resource speaker during his talk. Questions and clarifications will be entertained after the session. Just type them in the chat box so our resource speaker can address them one by one. And as everyone is ready, let us all join in a prayer for everyone's protection wherever we may be, and of those currently facing the risk of the pandemic. And let us all in unison and with pride sing the Philippine national anthem.
Lord,
Thank you for this day, for the presence of everyone in this call. For once again, we are gathered and given the opportunity to appreciate life and your words. Forgive us for our shortcomings and cleanse our hearts as we learn and live your words and example. Father, bless our endeavors, especially today's meeting. May you guide us in our discussions, and may you enlighten our minds in every decision that we make. Give us your grace that we may effectively do our parts for your greater glory. All this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Tayo nang tumayo at ilagay ang kanang kamay sa dibdib at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Republika ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiging, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong butaw, may nilagang tulad namin sa paglayang minamahal, ang kisag ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na natinig. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di matiginig. Lupa ng araw ng buwan at ipagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
At this juncture, to give us the opening remarks, let us all welcome with a virtual applause our active BSCS chairperson, Dr. Reynold Bustillo.
Good morning, good day. Am I being heard?
Loud yes, and clear, sir. We can hear you clearly.
So again, good day everyone to our ever dynamic university president, Dr. Victor C. Canyaso, and to our VPs, equally active, Dr. Rosini B. Romero, VP for Administration and Finance. Also to Dr. Susan Sermo Bentor, VP for Academics. Dr. Erwin Garcia Salvatierra, VP for Students and External Affairs. And also to Dr. Marian Agnes T. Mendoza, VP for Research, Innovation, and Extension Services. My respect to our School of Technology Computer Studies Dean, Dr. Chona Bisabinay, for forward thinking for a desired accomplishments and gearing towards excellence. And also to our equally proactive chairpersons for the BSIS, my respect to Ma'am Cheryl B. Ibajo, and for the BSIT, Dr. Jolie B. Lopez. These are the two pillars of STCS. To our esteemed STCS faculty, my most respect to all of you. May I also the ever-active GOD Secretariat for facilitating this event, Sir Robert Logronio. Thank you, sir. this event entitled the hashtag Sana All, Advancing Love for Online Teaching webinar via Zoom. For this morning, we have a battery of resource speaker, Mr. Joshua Elazar Dumen from the ICT, the ICT IT officer, with the topic Techniques and Netiquettes in Online Teaching, Applications, Tools for Online Teaching. We also have another topic for about gender, and then from maybe this is from PCW Godfall of Expert to talk about gender inclusive curriculum. Then because of this pandemic, we the teachers are instructed to conduct flexible learning. One strategy we employ is the online class. Our speakers will help us discuss important topics related to conducting online classes. Our classes look a lot different these days. Students and we teachers are learning new ways to support our teaching styles and to cope up with the new normal teaching strategies, and to give STCS students goes far to help them to continue their education. We can be helped, or how can we help STCS students engage with us online, especially when isolated? Many students experiences stress. They may give up and most probably will play online games. The STCS faculty are working hard to get their learners online. Our LMS, or Learning Management System, is the new online medium. Because we aren't face to face with students, we are unaware of their situation is. Some are seriously struggling and we may not even know it. The world has changed a lot, but one thing has not. Our commitment to our STCS students remains strong. To our STCS students, remember you are not alone. We, the STCS faculty, are here for you every steps of the way. For the STCS faculty, never last, but tough people do. It takes courage to keep trying. Every steps you take and every day will move you closer to your goal. Believing you can is a half the battle. But the more we learn new ways and new teaching styles and the tools we can use online, the more confident you will become. Our biggest challenge is to stay focused and stay diligent in teaching to our STCS students. The students of the future will demand the learning support that is appropriate for their situation or context. Nothing more and nothing less. Abraham Lincoln once said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." Meaning, preparation is the most vital among all endeavors. With that, I welcome you all and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Sir Bustilio, for that very motivational welcome remarks. And I guess we are all set and ready for this morning's talk. So how about we call on Miss Christine Cyril Dayan Sarsalejo to introduce us to our resource speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Our first resource speaker finished Bachelor of Science in Information Technology from St. Paul University Dumaguete in 2012. Currently on thesis for Master of Development Communication, Master of Information Systems at University of the Philippines Open University. one of the 10 outstanding students of the Philippines of Central Visayas 2012, one of the 30 outstanding students of the Philippines 2012 National with Awarding held in the Malacanang Palace 2012, represented the country as a delegate in various international conferences including Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, and India. Worked as a technical support engineer in the IT operations department of a technology company in Dumaguete City for more than 4 years. Currently, a part-time university instructor teaching IT subjects including IT fundamentals, desktop publishing, information security and assurance, and ethical hacking for more than 5 years. Currently, a project development officer at the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Visayas Cluster 2 under ICT Industry Development Bureau. A recent YouTuber who discusses tech tutorials through his channel Tech Talks with Pambansang IT Guy. Please welcome Mr. Joshua Elizar Domen.
Yes, thank you, Miss Christine and Miss Joy, no, our MC. I hope you can hear me and see me.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All right. Thank you very much for that introduction. So, by the way, currently I am now an information technology officer in the ICT. Just a few months back, no. So I have already left my post as a project development officer. So now I am excited once again to discuss things with you, know, to provide this wonderful topic with you once again because I actually already had you also invited me as a speaker for BIPSU a few months back or last year back. I cannot remember anymore, but this is not my first time in BIPSU as a speaker, but I am excited to be here once again and to share what I know of, no? So maayong buntag or maupay nga aga if we have waray listeners right now, no? So allow me to share my screen. All right, I think you can already see my slides. Am I right? Can someone confirm?
Yes, Sir Josh.
All right, thank you. Sige, so we shall begin now. My topic, no, that was asked from me is techniques and netiquettes in online teaching and applications or tools for online teaching, which is of course very timely and very relevant, no, as we go on with the school year or the new school year that is coming. And so I am also a teacher, no? You're also my fellow teachers. I currently work part-time, also online, from my alma mater at St. Paul University, Dumaguete, and currently my subject load is information security. So more on cybersecurity topics. All right. So I can actually relate to you, no? We speak the same language. We are on the same boat in terms of online classes, in terms of the kind of learning that we have right now. So this is my outline for today. We hope that we finish our objectives. So I will define some key concepts and terms, especially in a digital classroom setting. No, I will also provide an overview, a brief overview of a learning management system or LMS with the platforms that are actually available. I will also provide an overview of video conferencing platforms. And then this is the part where I am most excited about. No, I will present some interactive web applications that can be used in digital learning or in online classrooms. So I have prepared a lot of online games and quizzes, no, that we will be participating in that you can make use of in your online classes. So I hope you can prepare an extra device. So aside from your laptops or desktops right now, maybe you can also prepare your mobile phones, your smartphones or your tablets so that we can participate later in our online games, no? So disclaimer lang. So I hope you can prepare your extra device, no? So so that we can participate in our games. And finally, I will also be discussing about digital classroom netiquette, or the commandments on what we should follow as teachers, no, when we do our online classes. All right. So to begin with, allow me to define some key concepts and terms, no, about online classes or digital classes, because there are some concepts or there are some terms that are misconceptions, or there are some terms that have been interchanged with other terms or with other concepts when we talk about online classes. So first, we have what we call as the traditional classroom learning. This is the kind of learning that we knew of pre-pandemic. This is the kind of learning that perhaps most of us, muna atong naabutan, no? We were confined in the four walls or the four corners of the classroom. There is a physical face-to-face interaction. This is the classroom setting that we knew of. No, there is a teacher and there are students. That is simple to understand, traditional classroom learning. Then we also have the digital classroom learning. This is now the kind of learning that we are doing. Because of the pandemic, we have to resort to this kind of learning since physical classes are not allowed. Well, except for medical courses or priority courses, no, wherein some are already some schools have already been certified to perform face-to-face classes with limited capacity, with limited number of people in a classroom. So we have resorted to digital classroom learning, wherein we are physically divided. There are boundaries physically and geographically, and we resort to making use of other medium for us to learn, for another medium for the teacher to communicate and interact with the students, and vice versa. So this is the digital classroom learning. Now, when we talk about digital classroom learning as well, there are some concepts and important terms to remember, no? Because some terms are interchanged with others and everything else. So first is distance learning. Distance learning is a kind of learning wherein students and teachers are physically apart from each other geographically, no? But compared to the traditional classroom learning, no, wherein they are in the same room, distance learning involves, from the word itself, distance, there is a gap physically, geographically, from the student or between the student and the teacher. Then we also have what we call as open learning. When we talk about open learning, this is a kind of digital classroom learning, but students are flexible in terms of doing assignments, in terms of doing discussions, because the teachers just actually provide modules, and the students are flexible and they are given freedom to read the modules and to answer these modules if there are faculty marked assignments or assessments that they have to do, no, in a given time. So say for example, the deadline is 3 months from now, so it is up to the student to read the module and answer those things that have to be answered or delivered for as long as the deadline should be beaten. So I am open learning is not actually new in the Philippines school system, no, because right now I'm actually enrolled to the University of the Philippines, Open University, which also employs an open kind of learning. And I believe Sir Paul Matthew Bentor is also my fellow in UPOU, no? UPOU is actually or has been delivering open learning for already 25 years or more. So this kind of learning is actually not new to the Philippine setting. It just so happened that pandemic came, and so there are a lot of other institutions have resorted to this kind of learning now. And then we also have what we call as e-learning. So it is any kind of learning that involves the use of electronic devices, may it be smartphones or tablets or desktops or laptops. For as long as there is an electronic device medium, then that can be considered as an e-learning kind of learning. So one kind of learning or strategy can actually fall into various kinds of digital classroom learning. Like an open learning can also be an e-learning, no, and can also be a distance kind of learning. All right. So just some clarifications about these three key concepts, because these concepts are commonly interchanged with each other. Now, when we have a digital classroom kind of learning, there are also various modes. There is an online and there is an offline and blended. So of course, when we talk about online, we are connected to the internet, no? Or we have a medium that connects us, even if we are separated from each other. And we use devices, no, for us to communicate and interact with one another. Then we also have what we call as offline and blended or hybrid, no? It involves analog and or digital. So when we talk about analog, it uses books, handouts, radio communications, and television as well. No, I think a few years back, in the older days, no, I believe that radio communications and TV have been used for this kind of learning. And I think we also have DepEd TV, no, that is also being employed right now, where students can also learn from segments in DepEd TV. Now, when we go digital, of course, that's when we make use of electronic devices like desktop, laptop, tablet, and smartphones. All right. Also, in a digital classroom setting, there are various modes of transmissions for us to do this kind of learning. So we have radio, no, wherein radio towers are set up and we exchange communications from these towers. And as I mentioned earlier, no, a few years back, siguro 60s or 70s, these have been used before to facilitate the transmission of learning. And then we also have, of course, the internet, which we have been doing right now. We make use of network connections for us to facilitate this kind of learning. And finally, we have the sneakernet. So anyone who knows what a sneakernet is, without researching, without Googling, basing from the logo, no, as you see in our logo flashed or displayed on our screen, there is a sneaker shoes and some peripheral devices. What do you think? Sneakernet. Is this the first time that you have?
Sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Hi, Sir Joshua. It's actually using like flash drives to transfer data. So, for example, if you have learning materials, instead of uploading it to the LMS, you can actually provide it using flash drives.
Correct. That is correct. Who was that? Sorry, I cannot. Is it you, Sir Paul, Matthew?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Sir Paul. Nice to see you here again.
Yes.
Remember. Thank you, Sir Paul. But that is correct, no? Sir Paul is correct. wherein there are actually people, no, who delivers modules that are saved in flash drives or in micro SDs or in SD cards. And these people go to the houses or to the residences or the homes of the students, so that the students, if there is an absence of the internet, they can perform or they can do their tasks. No, I think this somehow this is being practiced by DepEd right now, no, wherein parents, at some point, teachers go to the schools, no, to get the modules. Only that in SneakerNet, what is being delivered are external devices like USB flash drives or micro SD cards, no. But what DepEd is doing right now are actually paper-based modules. So relatively, the concept is the same, no, wherein there are people getting this learning modules. Only that in SneakerNet, they use these devices, no, external devices, compared to what DepEd is doing right now is using paper-based printed handouts or materials for the students or for the pupils to learn, right? Now, when we talk about online classes, there are, of course, advantages and disadvantages, no? So first, of course, now that we are in the pandemic, wherein when we go outside, there are risks for us and for our students to be contracted with the virus. Maybe some of us have not yet been vaccinated. So when we do online classes, there is safety, a guaranteed safety in the comforts of our homes, or perhaps when you do classes in schools, if it is permitted, then there is, of course, safety, diba? Since there are a few people that you interact with, no? So, of course, there is safety and that is given. Next is that there is freedom and control. Freedom and control in terms of time, no? Say, for example, if you are just working from home, you're doing classes at home, then you don't have to perhaps, diba, some or most of us here are parents, so aside from your day job as a teacher, you are also doing your job as the mother or as the father of your household, of your family, no? So instead na maligo pa ka or you prepare the breakfast, so before going to school, so you can do that at the same time, no? You can multitask, being a mother or a father while at the same time being a teacher. Diba? Okay, class, you do our seat work. Kaya magluto pa ko. Diba? So that could be an advantage. Then, of course, there is no hassle going to school. If you are commuting to work, no, going to school, if you don't have your own ride, and we have limited capacity in our public transportation, so there is no hassle for us, no, if we are working from home, for us to conduct our lessons. Then also, students learn the value of priority and responsibility with a lot of works to do, no, a lot of tasks to do, outputs to do for the students. They also are given a lot of values in which to prioritize and be responsible enough to finish their lessons and to finish their tasks. And also to study a lot, no? Especially that the internet is there, and so they have to read something to support their learning. So they're given actually a lot of values aside from priority and responsibility. Then also, the power of technology gets utilized, no? Because of the pandemic, actually, the demand for better internet, the demand for connectivity is there, and that is personally as someone working in the ICT, we have seen that. We have seen how the rates of our telcos changed, or their speed have adjusted, because many people, or most of us, have been dependent already to of course internet connection, or internet connectivity. And so if there is one thing that the pandemic has brought us, it is that telcos have become they have become more competitive. So aside from Dito, in case you do not know, aside from Dito and Globe and Smart, there are also other players right now, just like Converge and Eastern, that are also expanding in the country. I'm not sure if they have already reached Biliran province, na ba? But maybe one day, one of these days, naglatag na sila actually of mga cables to support the growing demand that that this pandemic has brought us. Now, aside from advantages, of course, there are also cons, So, number one, technical problems are inevitable. Naguba ang laptop or ang desktop, dili mo on, dili mo boot, or perhaps brown out. Sir, ma'am, brown out din sa among lugar. Or ma'am, nawala ang internet. Sir, gaulan din So there is an intermittent connection. So that is a disadvantage of online classes. Next is that this is sad to hear, not all students can go online. Diba? We should understand that some students are financially challenged, their family or their household or their parents are financially challenged, and it is actually costly, diba, to subscribe for an internet, for the students to have their own devices, So not all can go online. And then there are plenty of distractions when during the earlier time of the pandemic, when we were still doing our work from home na scheme. To be honest, the bed is very tempting, You're just working from home and you see your bed. It's as if the bed is calling you because you lack sleep kay nagtiwas pa og series, the night before. So there are plenty of distractions. So perhaps if you are a parent, your child, your daughter, your son will ask help from you while you are doing your classes. So there are a lot of distractions, even background noises, like from roosters or from dogs, diba? There are a lot of distractions. Then likelihood of not conforming to deadlines by students, diba? Sir, can we ask for an extension because we don't have power here? There is a sudden power interruption. Sir, there is no internet in our place, and we could not confirm, not unless we ask from the telco itself, or from the electric cooperative itself. Is it true? Nag-brown out diha. So students most likely they want to extend our deadlines that we have set. And I think the last one is something we will really have, or we can really relate, Maybe, I'm not sure, but from various webinars that I've also conducted, in an online class, it really just doesn't feel natural. Are there people here who would agree with me, lahi ra gyud. It's really different when we do a face-to-face class, compared to online classes. We are just facing the monitor. We do not know if our students are listening, Not unless, of course, if there is a policy that everyone should turn on their cameras. But of course, diba, we have students nga wais pod or maro pod, no? They will use thumbnail pictures na they are listening ko, no? Pero wala man naglihok. So static picture na ito, dili dahil naka-on ang camera. So even here in our office, no, when we do our meetings, when we do our trainings, lahi ra gyud. It just doesn't feel natural, and the mood of teaching, murag dili kayo hype, no? Because lahi ra gyud when there is a direct interaction between teachers and students, where students raise their hands, no? When you call their attention. So that is a disadvantage. Now, there is although one clause that I would say na online classes is actually subjective. And this is the line that says online classes may be expensive or inexpensive. So I will leave this to you, no? If which would you agree on? Is it online classes are expensive or online classes are inexpensive? Diba? Online classes may be expensive because, of course, diba, students have to buy devices or gadgets, and they have to subscribe to an internet subscription fee, perhaps monthly, if not prepaid. Or it can also be inexpensive, no? Just like some indirect things, like they don't have to, they are not given allowances anymore by their parents because they are just staying at home, no? But still, di ba, pwede po, there are tendencies nga mas modako ang kuryente or other bills, no? So I will leave this up to you if online classes are expensive or not. But allow me to say, no, the common proverb na I think learning or education must not be, it is actually inexpensive because you are actually investing, no, for your future when you learn. But I leave this line to you, no, whether online classes are expensive or not. Now, my question is, are you ready for classes, no, under the new normal again? Diba? Since I believe for you already did, no? The teachers here already had online classes, and now we are entering a new academic year or a new school year. So have you already asked yourselves, are you ready for your classes? All right. Now, learning management system is a software application for the administration or documentation, tracking, reporting, automation, and delivery of educational courses, training programs, or learning and development programs. So ang LMS na to, this serves as our bridge, no, between the speaker and the listener, or the teacher and the students, no, to provide your learning material. So I will not delve deeper into LMS, no, because I think you already know, you already have a background about LMS, and I think BIPSO is also employing its own LMS. What are we using by in BIPSO? Anyone?
Sir Josh, we do have Moodle po as official LMS platform.
All right. Okay. So Moodle, that is also actually I can relate to that, or Sir Paul and I can relate to that, because that's also what we are using, no, in UPOU. So that's good to know. I think everyone knows what an LMS is, but I will just skim over the next few slides, no, because perhaps in the future, maybe BIPSO would employ another LMS that you can make use of this, no? Anyways, I will be sharing the slides naman after. So in case BIPSO would like to check for another LMS, there are actually a lot of them available, no? So, and also on my channel, I have also provided a discussion about the LMS. So I can skip this next few slides, no, for now. But let me give you some examples of LMS that we have worldwide. We have Moodle, the one you are using right now in BIPSU, and also in UPOU, we are also using Moodle. Then we also have Google Classroom. We also have Edmodo, Quipper. I think there are some DepEd schools who are using Edmodo. We also have Quipper. We also have Talent LMS. We also have Blackboard. We also have Schoology, MindFlash, Docebo, Canvas, not the video photo editing web application, no, but Canvas with an S, no. This is also an LMS. Microsoft Teams also is an LMS. That's Microsoft Teams is what we are using in where I am teaching right now, right? So also we have video telephony and conferencing. These are the applications that we use to communicate with our students, no? So we have we have here a list of the best apps that we can use for video conferencing. Best for reliable large video calls, of course, without a doubt. We have Zoom. So the best for G Suite users, we have Google Meet. Are we employing by in BIPSU G Suite? Google?
Yes, sir. Yes, Sir
Okay,
Josh.
sige. All right, so we can make use of Google Meet, no, for our G Suite users. Then best for Microsoft or Office 365 users, we have Microsoft Teams, no, which is also an LMS, by the way. So best for professional features, we have GoToMeeting. Best for lightweight option, like you would just meet your class quickly. No, class, let's meet. Aside from Messenger na video call, no, I think it's only limited. We also have Join Me. No? That's another video conferencing application. Then for whiteboarding, when we do our writings, no, in a whiteboard, Cisco WebEx is also a good option. Although Zoom also has the annotate feature, no. But in case you want the extreme kind of writing, especially when you want to write your codes for your students, no, then you can make use of Cisco WebEx for whiteboarding. So I won't go into detail on that part also because my colleague in DICT also has provided the same topic on the comparisons between those video conferencing applications, no? So you can check out our Facebook page and you can hover to our videos. We have the video conferencing tools, no? Na video. If you want to really listen and dig deep on those video conferencing materials or applications. So this one is what I am excited about. I think this is the part where we have to make use most of our time, no? I would like to share with you some online learning web applications or tools that you can make use in your online classes. All right, so perhaps for your quizzes, you can make use, of course, diba, of the ever reliant or reliable Google Forms, or you can also make use of Microsoft Forms, no? Those are the links, forms.google.com and forms.office.com for your quizzes or surveys or whatever that your students should answer, no? You can make use of them. And by the way, do not forget that we have a lot of extensions that you can make use in Google Forms, no? But here in the ICT, we are not allowed to make use of, but I'm not sure with your accounts, no, in your G Suite if you're allowed to, but you can make use of a lot of extensions. There are a lot of extensions available in Google Forms. Like if you want to limit your response or if you want na a timer or countdown, say for example, you're having a quiz and you want the Google Forms form to close automatically or immediately by itself with a given time, like you want it to close at exactly 10 a.m., then there are a lot of extensions available there. Just in case you're not aware of or you have forgotten. But if these are not enough for you, Google Forms and Microsoft Forms, then there are actually a lot of available free and open source forms available in the internet. We have WP Forms, Formidable Forms, Zoho Forms, 123 Form Builder, Typeform, Cognito Forms. Any one of you who are also using other kinds of forms aside from this listed, maybe you want to share, no? You can type them in our chat panel so that we are also aware of, no, na there are also other forms that you can actually make use of. So I won't provide, I think there is no need for me to provide a demo about making use of Google Forms, no, because perhaps most of you have already used Google Forms in your classes, but in case you want to know some basics and some tips and techniques, you can head on to my channel once again, and you can go and hover sa video about Google Forms. Now, I've already provided some helpful information or discussion about making use of Google Forms. And so next, I think, diba, when we give out to our students some hyperlinks, no, or some URL, I think it is not pleasing to the eyes, no, we have a lot of texts that they are not pleasing to the eyes of our students or even our eyes, no. So we can make use of these sites, tinycc, bit.ly, shorturl.at, to shorten our links, no, so that we can customize the links that we are giving to our students. So say, for example, okay, class, you go to this link, you have to read this. So instead of giving them a very long link with a lot of characters and letters or numbers, we can shorten those links by using these web applications, no? So just a quick demo. Say, for example, we are using tiny.cc, no? So say, for example, you have a very long link to give to your students. Say, for example, this one lang, no, youtube.com, but na pa siya extension after. You can shorten and customize that by going to this site and then perhaps providing a customized, like Bipsu 123, no? Then you just shorten it there, and then it will provide you your nominated shortened link if it is available, no? And another thing, if you want to be more techy, no, there is also a QR code generator sa Tiny, wherein you just have to copy this, no, and you provide this to your student, a QR code, and then they can scan this through their QR scanners in their phones. Diba? So, mabilib na sila ninyo, no, ang students. Wow, techy kayo si sir. We have our teacher has provided us a QR code, so you can do that. There are a lot of available materials or links for that. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing once again, but so next is these are web applications for polling, no, or for survey. So if you want your students to answer a poll or a survey anonymously without getting their names, no, being taken, then you can head on to these sites, mentimeter.com, and ahaslides.com, wherein you can actually prepare your survey questions and you can roll them out to your students. So for our first activity, please hand out your smartphones, your mobile devices, and please go to menti.com. No? Please go to menti.com and enter the code that you see on your screen right now. No? For a while. All right, that one. Please go to menti.com and type in the code 50318757. And there is a question there, and you have to answer. So as you can see in our screen, no, this is live. These are the answers that are being submitted by our participants. So as you can see, we have burger, cake, chocolate, kimba, tteokbokki, mando. So daghan day tag mga fans of Korean foods din, no? So as you can see, no, this is a word cloud wherein it provides live answers by our participants. And so anonymously, your students can answer if you are doing a survey. Then you can see both of you know you yourself and your students, they can see the answers of everyone live, no? So are there other answers coming in? There are only 7 participants who have answered. I believe we are 25 in the room right now. Wala na? Siomai, fish, sausage, burger, Jollibee. So here in word cloud, by the way, if there are multiple answers to one, so say for example, cake, no, there are many who have answered cake. The font is bigger. No? When the font is bigger, it means that there are multiple answers for such. Okay? So that is an example of our Menti. There is also another question, no? You can try to refresh your menti.com with the same code. If you were to travel today, which continent would you find yourself in? So we already have one answer in Asia. How about the others? Okay, we also have Africa. We have 2 answers in Asia. No? If you were to travel today, if there is no pandemic, no? Let's make believe that there is no pandemic. Where do you want to go? So we already have an answer in Australia. So as you can see, we have a live output or a live result to the question being answered. And as you notice, this is also being done anonymously. All right. So we have Europe. So we have 5 answers. Antarctica, no? Sa mga bugnaw nga lugar. So thank you for that. That's just a quick example of how we can use a polling application in our classes. Right? So thank you for answering. And then let's go back to my slide. So we are done with the polling applications. No? If Mentimeter is not for you, then you might want to try AHA Slides. No? You can make use also of AHA Slides. Next are our quiz na applications, no? We can make use of this applications to provide quizzes and interactive quizzes to our students, no? We have Kahoot. I think you're already familiar with this. We have Kahoot and we also have quizzes, no? For you to make your questions, you can go to kahoot.com or to quizzes.com. But for your students or your participants, they have to go to kahoot.it or joinmyquiz.com, and there is a code that is generated. So they have to input the same code. So in Kahoot, it is available also. There is a standalone mobile application for Kahoot available in Android and iOS devices. In Kahoot, if your domain is .edu.ph, automatically you can make use entirely of Kahoot, no? But if you are using other accounts not for educational purposes, then you have to purchase or you have to buy license to make use or to use other features of Kahoot, no? And so let us try, no? Because there is no better way of learning these applications without trying them, no? So please go to, sorry, that's not joinmyquiz.com, but it should be kahoot.it. Or if you have already a Kahoot application, then you can make use of that. Can we all go to kahoot.it? So I will choose so for a while, I'll be sharing my screen so that you can go to a certain. All right, that one. So please go to kahoot.it, or if you have a Kahoot app opened or downloaded already or installed in your mobile devices, then please open them or go to kahoot.it, and then you will be asked for a game pin. Then you have to input 8748608. So we already have Sir Evan, and we also have Balski and So joining our quiz. About the others? So our quiz in Kahoot, I believe, is technology or IT quiz, no? So let's know kinsa ang mga maayo sa atong teachers from STCS. So do you have other participants? We have PM. We only have 4 participants joining. Sige lang, let us join because si Sir Evan daw will provide a prize later. Gcash lang daw, Sir Evan.
Diaw.
Or si Sir Paul, perhaps. So we only have 4? Upat lang? Sige, let's give it siguro 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes. Maybe others are still preparing their devices.
Nag-review pa po sila, sir.
Nag-review pa, oo. Don't worry, 5 questions lang ni siya, no? So we already have Desiree joining us. Yung mga ano man ta, mga STCS teachers, so ma-perfect ni. Very easy. Ma-perfect ang pa-quiz. Sige daw, be. Where are our participants? Jemai has already come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We already have 7. How about the others? Asa naman? Nag-multitask?
Other faculty, sir, ay ano lang, sir, nag-share lang sila og screen because of the internet connectivity.
Okay. So I understand. One disadvantage.
Yeah.
But for those who are sharing screen, no, you can make use naman of your mobile devices, ba? Or sige, I think this is okay na, no? At least we can do a testing, no? Or a demo. So we have Jemai, Toots Karap, Tesare, PM, Enzo, Evan, and Balski joining us in our Kahoot game or Kahoot quiz. We also have Miss Jennifer. So instructions are easy, no? A question will be displayed on the screen, and on your other device, perhaps mobile, where you have logged in your Kahoot, there will be choices. And so you have to select the correct, or which you believe is the correct answer for that question. Okay, ready? Our 8 Squid Game contestants. Squid Game. Just kidding. Sige, our 8 contestants, good luck. Battle of the brains. So let us begin. First question, Onel de Guzman, the creator of I Love You Worm or Love Bug, presented this as his thesis as a student of which school? So ang I Love You or Love Bug, this was actually a thesis. So the correct answer is AMA. And there are no one got it right. So there was one answer in STI, but that is wrong. So you have to be quick as well, no? Because we only have a 10 seconds time limit, no? So I hope you get how we do the game, no? So next question. So all of you have the same score, 0 points pa, no?
Battle of the Genius, GDI. Battle of the
Genius.
Brains.
Okay, bawi ta next time. Our next questions, no? Since we still have 4 questions. Basin, makabawi ta sa next. So true or false lang? 10101 means 21 in a binary number system. True or false? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. So, all right. So we have 6 correct answers. So si ma'am or sir na false, nag-convert pa magud siya, nag-iha pa siya, no? Nag-convert pa mo nang wala na na 21 siya. But the answer is true. So for our scoreboard, no, leading si PM. Makita ba? Wala ni load. Atora, okay. So how quick you are also matters, no? You'll be given more points if you answer the question immediately. So leading right now is CPM with 863 points, followed by Balski and Enzo. Okay, bawi ta sa next. All right. Another quiz. He is the current CEO of Google. So that person that you see on the screen, who is that person who is currently the CEO of Google? 2 seconds. We have 5 answers, and the correct answer is Sundar Pichai. And we only have 1 correct answer. No? All right, so our scoreboard right now, tora, si Sir Evan bumabawi. Kaya siya may muhatag sa prize, no? So dapat siya yung number 1 para di makatag. So congrats, ni level up or ni score up si Sir Evan, followed by PM and Balski. Next question, second to the last, our 4th question. Another quiz. This institution is renowned to have 91 gigabit per second. Which institution is that? 5 seconds. Pag-asa, Pag-ibig, NASA, Google. All right, we have 8 answers. And most of you got it wrong. Okay, only one got it right, and that is in NASA. So
Wala day
seriously,
Bipso.
Bips. So seriously, na ni-answer og pag-asa and pag-ibig, murag, so far na in the Philippines, wala pa tayo 91 gig. I think 10 gig pa at maximum. So, wala. Only one got it right sa NASA. Congrats to you. So, our scoreboard right now. So, naungusan na si Sir Evan ni Toots Karap. Grabe po yung mga nicknames, no? Toots Karap. Followed by Sir Evan and PM. Okay? So, final question. True or false? And this is double points. These are logos of Ubuntu. The one that you see on your screen.
Alam mo, answer.
Answer na ulay. So, the answer is false. All right? Because
Red Hat.
that is Red Hat. Correct. Red Hat Linux, but naulay lang og answer, no? So, our scoreboard, our podium finish. Third place with 863 points si PM. Followed by Sir Evan. And our first placer is si Toots Karap. Yay!
Congratulations.
Kinsa man si Toots Karap.
Congratulations.
Ang pinaka-virgin sa STCS.
Isa man na si Miss Joy? Dile?
Si among faculty sir, si Sir Titoy Custodio.
Sir Titoy, congratulations. Your prize is na ni Mr. President ni Dr. Victor. Ano daw? Salary increase. Salary grade increase. So thank you for participating sa ato ang Kahoot. So we have another quiz, no? So by the way, after Kahoot, you can actually discuss with your students kung there are statistics, no, that follow after, wherein you can discuss with your students the results of the quiz or of the game. Okay, so let me stop my share screen once again because I'll be sharing another. Next quiz ta. So allow me to share again. Okay. Now class, since you are my students today, class, please go to joinmyquiz.com. And then you will be asked for a code. Please input 831525. No? Now you can join through your browser, joinmyquiz.com, and then let's all join so that we can participate, no? Please enter the code 831525. So we already have Enzo joining. We have Sir Evan, Sir Balski, Sir Tito, atong Kahoot champion. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6. 8 man to kanina. Wala na ni join ng uban kay
Maka-pressure siya, sir.
Na-pressure.
Maka-pressure man. Amin ako, maminor ako kuan, sir.
Maka-pressure. Sige lang, di ba? So that we can also feel, no, what we can actually do in our online classes.
Yeah, but this is exciting, no, that we can actually employ this to our classes para na interactivity.
Yes, oo. Correct. May tama ka dyan, Sir Evan. Plus 10 points. So, we're already 8. Sige, I think we can start, no? Our quiz using quizzes. So, by the way, you are at your own pace.
Mas bugo man ko inani yung mga countries. Anong paspas ang tanan? Oh my God.
All right, we have ended the game, and here are the results. So first, si PM with 100% correct, no? 4 out of 5 correct
Wow.
answers. Isa man
Amazing.
si PM, Sir
Si
Ma'am.
Sir Paul.
Sir
None
Paul.
other than.
Si kulangan unog B, PMB. Unday na lang ko. Congrats, Sir Paul. Na famous lang yun. Ang pagsigig travel. Followed by Sir Enzo with 4 out of 5. And si Sir Evan, again, part of the top 3 with 4. Pero mas paspas lang or mas abtik si Sir Enzo og answer, no? Si Sir Toots Karap nasa top 5, no? Okay, so as you can notice, no, sa quizzes, you are on your own pace compared sa Kahoot, no? Wherein pauna na siya or pakusganay og bandwidth na lang. No? Compared to Kahoot na it is simultaneous, in quizzes, your students can finish earlier or they can end earlier, and they are given more points if they finish immediately. All right, so I hope you get them, no, quizzes and Kahoot, and you get an idea of how you can make use of this quiz application. So thank you for participating once again. Ang prizes di ay depende sa kinsa ang champion, siya mo'y muhatag. So karon si Sir Paul Matthews, Sir PM. Ganina si Sir Toots Karap. Okay? So let me stop again my screen. So another, I hope you can hear me, no? And you can see my screen. Okay. So another applications that you can make use of in your class, no? To make it interactive, we have crowd buzzer and wheel of names. Okay. So once again, pull out your devices para matry nato ano on how we can actually make use of them in our classes. Please open your mobile devices or whatever devices you have there, then go to your browser and please head to kanang na participant ccg.buzz. Okay, once again, ccg.buzz. And then I will display something. So once you are in ccg.buzz, please input the game code. I have to stop sharing and display another screen. Okay. So please enter the game code GXZ2. All capital letters, no? GXZ2. Kana inyo makita sa inyong left hand of the screen. And then please input your name and your team. So ang team siguro you can choose which program you belong to, BSIT, BSCS, or BSIS. Can we do that as our grouping? No? BSIT, BSCS, BSIS. If you are teaching multiple, then kung asa na lang imuang heart na belong, is it BSIT, BSCS, BSIS?
Na daw sa iya akong heart, sir.
Nasa iya. Yeah. Kinsa man na, Sir Evan, kaya ato ibutang sa team name. So once again, please go to ccg.buzz, no? ccg.buzz, and then you will be asked for a name and a team, no? So this will be a group game. So wala pa tay ni sulod. I hope everyone follows, no? Nakasunod lang sa ccg.buzz. Di ba you will be
Nakasunod na
asked?
ko, Sir Josh. GXZ2.
GXZ.
Nakasunod na sad me.
Nasulod na?
Yes, sir.
And then you're asked for a player name and team name. Naka-input na mo?
Yes po.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. So we have Virginia from Team Black, Enzo in BSIT.
Wala lagi ko.
How about the others? PM in ITE.
Ay, pinduton di ay ang buzz.
Yes.
Hindi nga magbasa eh.
Okay, so we have Sir Evan and Daniel in BSCS. You had PM in IT, and Enzo in BSIT. How about the others? Virginia Team Black, Robbie Team. Okay.
Wala gimi.
Nakakita ka Greg nga buzzer di haming pindot para mo sod imuhang team.
Yes, you have to buzz para makasulod. Dapat mo green ang inyong button, no? So we also have PM, STCS. Ako nisulod na lang pud ko to try. Kay basid na ay tech glitch or something but nakasulod man. So kulang pa tag duha? We already have Virginia, Enzo, Evan, Daniel, Robbie, and PM. Murag walo man tong nag-participate earlier sa atong games. So you have to buzz kanang red button. You have to push the button, no? So okay na? We can start. 6 players. How about the others? Other 2? No, as you can see in our screen, these are our players who entered, no, our game. So we also have Boboy without a team. Wala na, no one else is
Ma'am
joining,
Jeremy
no?
is trying to onboard na pa siya
Okay,
technical problem.
Sige, sige. We'll wait for Ma'am Jer or we can proceed.
Ganahan jud daw sa mo appeal, Sir Josh.
Sige,
Kay mo daw niyang dream.
Yes, naman ni prize. Care of the first placer. So, dili na lang mo daog, no? Ay, dili na lang magpadaog kay milk tea. Muna ba na si ma'am? Oh, we also have Deji. Uy, nagkadagan ta karon. More than 8 today participating. Okay, so our quiz is movies and series quiz. So ang mga ka-Netflix and chill nato, no? Kay mga stress man ta after a day with students. So our quiz is movies and series. So nahuman na ta sa atong IT quiz. Nahuman na ta sa geography. So this time, movies and series. So let me stop sharing sa because I'll be using another screen. Sige, mag-screen. Share screen na lang. Okay, kana, kikita. Ready? So we have 14, no? 14 players who joined. Aside from me, kay nag-testing rin ako kanina. So we have 14. So good luck. Congrats daan sa mga tiglantaw og movies and series, no? Because you can answer so well, are na quiz. So we have 5 questions and this is what will happen, class. There will be a question that will be displayed. And of course, sa inyong device, no? Green button pa na siya, no? Mahimo na siyang red after. And then once it's already okay to buzz in, then mo light up na siya. Okay? Pauna na ni siya og answer. The first one to buzz will be the first one to answer, of course. Okay? So I hope clear lang. No? So
Mura siya game ka na ba nga concept, Sir Josh?
Yes, ing ana, Sir Evan. Oo. So as you can see sa inyong devices, sa inyong ccg.buzz, ni gray out siya. No?
Yes.
And then nahimo siyang ready. Tama?
Yes.
So kana siya, mo light up na siya once I have already allowed you to answer.
Okay.
Okay? So lantaw gyapon mo sa screen because the question will be displayed. So I hope everyone is ready. Ready na, ready? So our first question is, in the series Alice in Borderland, the character of Alice is a girl. Is it true or false? Go! Okay. We already have the very first one to buzz. We have Milk Tea. Maka-unmute ba si Milk?
False.
All right, your answer is si Milk Tea.
False.
All right. Your answer is correct because Alice is actually Arisu, di ba? Sa series na Alice in Borderland. So, correct. So, si Milk Tea sa Team Black, no? You already have 1 point for Team Black. Congratulations. All right. Next question. So, do you see your buttons or your buzzers grayed out again? Correct? Silence means yes. Okay, next question. Once again, the very first one to answer will be asked. Next question. In which Korean series can you find this chakadal? Buzzer Go! Tura, si Sir Evans.
Yes.
Our first buzzer beater. Sige, Sir Evan, your answer is?
Squid Game.
Correct. Congratulations.
Thank you sa
have...
nagpa-copy sa series. Kasi wala ko
Uy,
Netflix.
bawal na.
Ay, sorry.
1 point for BSCS team. So 1 point for Team Black, 1 point for BSCS. All right? So do you see your buzzers grayed out again? Next question. No? Next question. Which drama is the first Philippine series to air in Netflix in 2018? Tura. Wala na tayo mag-Google search. No? Sige. From Team STCS. Wow, the whole the whole department or the whole school. Mr. or Miss Deji, you can unmute to answer. Which drama is the first Philippine series to air in Netflix in 2018? Please unmute.
Sir, nag-answer si Sir DG. Yun siya, on the job daw.
On the job is wrong. Our next in line, si Robbie. Sa team. Robbie, what is your answer? Since siya ang second nga ni Buzz, on the job is wrong. On the job is just recent. No? Compared to
Same
this.
daw sa nag-answer ni Sir DJ, sir.
Same on the job. Cheating. Okay, same answer. Just kidding. Balski from Team Pura. What is your answer? Same pod? Wala. No answer?
General Luna.
General Luna? Hotel de Luna? That is wrong. Let's go to Virginia of Team Black.
Kita-kita.
Kita-kita is wrong. It's not a series. It's a movie. No? Pinagbibidahan ni Derek Ramsey. Ay, nawala. Sorry. The next in line is Evan, Sir Evan of BSCS.
The answer is Amo.
Correct. Another point for Team
Lahira
BSCS.
gyud maka-search dayon.
Ganun ako mga Ronnie Ricketts nga masalida, Ma'am Joy.
Okay, congrats to Team
Idol.
Team BSCS.
Salamat Google.
Salamat Google. So 2 points na for Team CS. So next question. Buzzers are back to gray. Next question. Aside from Iron Man, which Avengers character died by sacrificing itself, whether himself or herself, in the 2019 hit movie Avengers Endgame? Once again, aside from Iron Man, which Avengers character died by sacrificing itself in the 2019 hit movie Avengers Endgame? Buzzer! Go! Tura! Paspas kayo ni si Sir Evanda.
Basta Avengers, basta mga Marvel.
Avengers, basta Marvel, okay?
Give chance to others.
Sige lang, Ma'am Joy, kay si Sir Evan may muhatag surprise. So,
Sir Kay, kaibaw naman siguro ka sa question.
Ayo, pagsabat Sir Josh ha, nga na ngayon sa questions.
Ay, wala ay. Sige, Sir Evan, your answer is?
A Black Widow or si Natasha Romanoff.
Correct. Congratulations, Sir Evan. Disclaimer ha, wala ko nihatag og sa questions and answers ni Sir Evan.
Wait na guys. Joke na to, sir.
Okay, I think down to the last question. Tora. How many Star Wars movies are there? Buzzers are on para wala na, di na maka-research. Tora. We already have first one, si Sir or Ma'am Balski from Team Pura. Your answer, sir or ma'am?
Hinay ang internet.
What's your answer? How many Star Wars movies are there?
10 daw, sir, iyang answer.
10 ang answer ni Mr. or Miss Bolski. You are wrong. Next in line, Miss Joy. Nangutana pa si Miss Joy sa iyang
Sir,
silingan.
ako.
Uy,
12,
sakpan
sir.
ka.
12
Ha?
ang answer.
Correct. Si Miss Joy.
12 ang answer.
12, correct. So we have 1 point. So that is our last question. So recap of our scores. Team BSIT has 1 point. Team Pura, ano sabihin Team Pura? Another department niya siya.
Bagong ng program na.
Bagong program. More on kaon-kaon ni siya. Team Pura. Food technology ni siya. 1 point also. For Team BSIS, care of Miss Joy, nga nangutana pa sa silingan, 1 point. And our highest and pinakapaspas nga scorer, Team BSCS with 3 points. So congratulations to our BSCS. Alright? Sige. So padayon ta para mahuman na ta. Okay. So another application that you can make use of class sa inyong classes now once you go to your classes is ang mga wheel of names, no? Mga generator for random picker of names. So say for example, if walay mo volunteer, you can list their names and magparuleta ta, magdraw lots ta, no? Kung who will go first sa reporting. So I've already prepared one wherein you just have to put names, no? So akong gi-prepare ang mga possible candidates nato sa forthcoming presidential elections. Nabo ko na miss. We have Manny Pacquiao, Sara Duterte with question mark, Isko Moreno, Bongbong Marcos, Ping Lacson, Bongo with question mark, Lenny Robredo with question mark, Bongbong, ay, naduha na si Bongbong Marcos, atong i-delete si Bongbong Marcos. Nabaylaing mudagan diha, Sir Evan, Sir Paul, tira mo mudagan, Miss Joy. Sige, let us try ko, no? Let us try picking the name of our president. So, tara, as you can see, ni-roll ang atong ruleta. And our new president is Mr. Congratulations, Bongbong Marcos. Congratulations to our president of BIPSU, Diday Philippines. Just kidding. Okay, so that's one thing, no? One application that you can make use sa inyong classes. Okay? And then, padayon ta.
This will be good, no, for kanang recitations.
Yes, Sir Evan, recitations.
Para
Or perhaps
fair
kung
ang
ay,
calling.
or group reports, reporting, no, who will go first. Recitation, correct, Sir Evan. So, for those nga dili kayo antigo, which I doubt, of Photoshop or Illustrator, kay mga maayo, sure jud ko mga maayo mo ana. If you want a quick, no, graphics designing na web application, you can go to canva.com or crello.com and pictochart, no? You can make use for your graphs, for your visual presentations to aid you. Kani sila nga mga sites. Okay. We also have an interactive na ebook, Kotobi. This is a standalone application, but I have a Kotobi installed in my computer right now, but bugat kayo ni siya. As in, siguro kung ako ning ipadagan ninyo and to provide you demo, mawala siguro ko din kay maghang-hang, no? But Kotobi is an interactive playbook, no, wherein you can provide lessons, no, muhatag na mo ginyong lessons, and then at the end there are a series of questions that your students can answer, and at their own pace they can answer, but automatically it will reflect to your admin account, no, that your student has already answered the questions there, then you can make use of Kotobi. Maybe some of you are making use of this. Si Sir Paul siguro, Kotobi. And then we also have Speech Central from Lab C. Kani siya text-to-speech ni siya nga generator. So say for example, gikapoy na mo storya or na mo sore throat, and you want what is displayed on your screen will be read aloud by the computer, then you can make use of Speech Central as well. Okay? And then we are down to our last, quick na lang, last part of our session for my topic, online class netiquette. So that when you go to your classes, you will be guided by these principles. The 10 commandments in online classes for teachers. So I will have a separate or a different commandment for the students. I think mo storya pa ko one of these days for the students na po, for their onboarding. Okay, so let's go. Number 1, thou shalt think before thy speaking, because your class is good at recording. Compared siguro to the traditional classes wherein makitaan man ninyo inyuhang students recording because they pull out their smartphones and they are recording you. Dinhi sa online classes, they can automatically record at their own pace, smartphones have their built-in screen recorders, or desktops have a lot of applications to record, and so if you want to refrain from some mishaps, then you should always think before you speak. There, I believe na nag-circulate right now nga video of teachers na very mad, or basta there are a lot nga nag-trend karon about teachers saying bad things or bad mouthing. So this can be taken against although it is good to record for the students, perhaps if they want to catch up or to relearn what you have taught them, then that is good. But what if you will be saying something that is foul, then that may be taken against you. So perhaps if you are not in the mood, if you have problems, then once you go to your online classes, if you have problems at home, then you can leave it at your home. You don't bring them to your online classes. If you are working from home, then you must put a gap between becoming a family member and becoming a teacher, para dili pod unfair to your students, so your concentration is for them, for your students, and not for your problems outside work. So think before you speak. Then also, thou shalt learn RA 10173, 10175, and RA 8293, because these are laws that cover data privacy, cybercrime prevention, and copyright. So I understand na we have, I think in the academe and in education, there are lax clauses or lax laws about copyright, especially if you make use of books or journals for class discussions, but there might be some areas or gray areas that you have to revisit. So I might not be the perfect person to speak about this, especially in RA 10173, Data Privacy Act. Siguro a lawyer or perhaps a data protection officer or DPO can speak about that. RA 10175 is the Cybercrime Prevention Act, RA 8293 is the copyright infringement. So you have to revisit them as teacher, because we might not know kamo mag-share mo in your YouTube channel about something live sa inyong classes, but you are already violating the certain clauses in these laws, that you have to consider such. RA 10173 and RA 10175, these are to put it in summary, like unauthorized processing, fraud, forgery, identity theft. These are covered in those first two laws. Then improper disposal of information, perhaps attendance in your classes. that is also covered in RE 10173. So I think a separate discussion on these matters should be done, not on this session of ours. The next, thou shall make your classes interactive. Double the effort in online classes. No, there are a lot of trending videos right now in TikTok where students are sleeping instead of listening to the teachers. So for them not to fall asleep, aside from letting them turn on their cameras, no, make your classes interactive. No, just like what we did earlier with the quizzes or with the buzzers, diba? So that they can participate. Although we understand no na magmatter po ang bandwidth kung hinay ang connection dito sa inyong students, then they might not participate well, especially sa mga simultaneous na interactions. So that's one point to consider. Number 4, thou shalt be in a quiet environment because your students can hear your neighborhood's tilaok sa manok and aw-aw sa iro, no? So unless you use an expensive and quite pricey noise cancellation headset, then I would recommend that you choose a location that is conducive for learning. Para di na ka magsige og mute, unmute, di ba? Then thou shall mute, speaking of, your microphone when not talking. So common ano nato, no? As teachers and mentors, we do not mute our microphones kay nawili na tawag storya. Na wata kabalo nga ang atong fellow teacher di ay na ka-chismis nato, istorya anay mo kay nikalito siya agi sa inyong luyo. So nakastorya mo og something in which students must not hear of. Then you must consider our commandment number 5. Next commandment, thou shalt not be part of any form of cyberbullying because that's just so unprofessional. May this be for the students, no, or for the teachers. Cyberbullying is not good. Naapoy mga nitrend, no, nga mga screenshot conversations from students right now, backstabbing or talking about about their teachers, no, on a separate GC, and then that is a strong issue. No? I think we should go away from this cyberbullying. Then thou shalt check devices conducive for online teaching, because that's just so professional. No? You check if you have the right specs for teaching, you have the right internet connectivity. I think you're already working in BIPS naman and you have a better connectivity there. So at least you must really check and prepare before you go to your classes, no? Or else your classes will be put into waste. And then thou shalt dress properly, use appropriate body or facial language, and enunciate words properly so that students can get your instructions on point. Some factors that let the students fall asleep, no, or they are not interested in listening to you is because it is your body language, it is your facial gestures that speak, no, of how the class goes. So it is important that you also wear neatly, just like what you do in a traditional classroom setting, no, because your students see you, not unless you of course turn off your camera, no, and that actually entices them, no, if they see their teacher being so professional looking, it also radiates, wow, big word, radiates, to them to listen attentively. Okay, then you also speak with clarity, no? Diba? We are already challenged with our physical boundaries. So let us make it a habit now. We also pronounce words clearly so that your students can really understand what you are saying. 9th commandment, thou shalt be considerate, like for sudden brownouts, diba, or intermittent connections, and other mishaps, no, that are some circumstances that are unavoidable. We should always consider that. And we should always remember that we are on a pandemic right now, no? We are very much limited as compared to physical classes or traditional classroom settings. So at times, we must be considerate, diba? And then finally, last commandment, thou shalt remember that the quality of learning reflects also on the quality of teaching. So regardless of physical boundaries or device limitations or other challenges that students encounter, still the way you teach, the quality of your mentorship also reflects how they are eager to learn in your classes, because once they find the students, once they find that you are your lesson is very good, very helpful to them, even if they have challenges, say for example they don't have device, they will find ways because they don't want to miss the lessons of their teachers. Okay, so it always also reflects you, no, as teachers, on how your students will behave in class, even if it is online or physical learning. And so with that, thank you for bearing with me. I would also like to shameless plug again my channel, if I can do so. If you want some help in your teaching, then you can visit my channel, Tech Talks with Pambansang IT, guys. So thank you very much. And I hope you learned something today. Back to you, Miss Joy, Sir Evan.
Thank you so much, Sir Domen. And I am sure that our dear instructors took important insights, especially about the last one, the 10 important online commandments or the 10 online etiquettes. And of course, we will surely use the different online applications to make our discussion more interactive with our students. So, yes, do you have questions, guys? You can type them in the chat box if you are not that comfortable. Sige, para ma-address ni Sir Domen.
We still have time pa ba,
Anyone?
Miss Joy, no?
Sir?
We still have time pa ba, no? For the Q&A. Okay, basig
Yes,
we have
sir.
another speaker.
We still have time.
Ano pa day time, sus? Nagdali-dali ko sa last part. Ano pa day time? No, just kidding. Sige. Go ahead if you have questions.
Guys, questions?
Sir Josh.
Sir Evan, do you have
Yes, Ma'am Joy.
Yes.
Yes, Sir
If
Evan.
I may. Yes. Since you are also teaching, no, and then I think we share the same sentiments naman when it comes to online teaching. Could you please share with us your parang practices in the setup of your classes, nga pwede na mo ma-adapt sa MUA, like bisan og simple practices lang para mas ma-enhance among delivery of teaching.
Like
how
in terms of technical, Sir Evan, or
it
like
could
the
be
practices?
technical. Yeah, it could be technical, or it could be how we communicate or how we conduct our classes.
All right, sige. So, ano ba? Well, this actually depends, no, on you, on your school policy. But in my class, actually, I don't limit or strict my students to turn on their cameras, their videos, no. It's up to them. Well, at first, siguro when we start or I start my classes, we do a prayer, and then we check attendance. By that time, I ask them to turn on, since when I do attendance checking, I just screenshot, no, those who are attending through their cameras turned on. Then after that, I ask them to turn off. One reason is that I don't it lags manggod. It makes your connectivity or your bandwidth lag if they turn their cameras all throughout my classes, no. So what I do instead to ensure participation is that I do those things that we did earlier, like mga quizzes or katong buzzer, no, so that I ensure that they are also participating. And every time I teach, there is really a processing afterwards. Processing meaning to say, after I discuss the lessons, I will do oral recitations wherein I ask them and I randomly check with them or from them what they have learned and what are the answers to specific questions, because with that I can ensure that they were really listening. So I think that's one piece of advice. What else pa ba? I think that's it, Sir Evan. You really have to ensure na there is participation between you, no, and your students, because you have to double the effort now that we are virtual, no, we are doing it online. It's harder, di ba? It's harder to check on their level of attention compared to the physical, and so we have to double our effort to make sure that those objectives are met.
Just a follow-up question, sir. Kasi you've mentioned, no, like we have to double our efforts, and then we do have a problem kasi when it comes to conducting synchronous sessions, diba? Kasi since we are in a remote location, and most of our students are not enjoyed, no, or parang having strong connectivity. So most of the times ang ilang rason kay walay hinay ang internet connection. And then could you please share your thoughts on how important it is for us to conduct synchronous session rather than parang putting everything into asynchronous nga. Okay, I will just give you everything, the materials, and then you just submit it to me. How important the synchronous session?
Well, asynchronous learning is more on independent learning, no? Wherein you just provide your students with materials, with handouts, and then they are on their own. And that is actually a gray area, because as teachers, it is our responsibility to lead them and to guide them. And so if we just provide them handouts, then I think we are not being effective as a teacher. Diba? Because when we do synchronous learning, there is live discussion, there is interaction, and so we are able to quantify and qualify our assessment and our teaching methodologies. No, now I would understand that perhaps Biliran is not in a good position, no, geographically. Well, in terms of internet connectivity, I think we need better connections. We need key players, other telcos to enter the province. I would suggest actually na if it is possible, there should be an ICT council that is present and active in the area. So I'm not sure if there is already an existing one in Biliran province, no, but we have to activate it. If the ICT council is as good as they're being present, but not actively participating to enhance the connectivity in the area, then the council is just a blank sheet of paper, diba? So I would suggest, no, na perhaps if there is already an ICT council existing in the area, we have to revisit. Maybe BIPSU, being an advocate for better connectivity, no, maybe you can do the honors, or you can lead the way to reactivate, or perhaps if dili man pwede, no, na to take over sa province-wide na ICT council, then you can actually conduct an ICT council in your municipality or in your town, like ICT council for Naval, ICT council for Biliran, no? because ICT councils are actually helpful in the area to develop their internet connectivity. Ang mga locators nato, mga BPO locators no sa atong IT BPM industry, they are enticed the telcos, mga Globe, PLDT, and everything else, they are enticed to set up or to enhance connectivity in an area where there is a demand for better internet connectivity. And one good way for that demand to be noticed is putting up BPM locators or BPOs in the area. Because diba, when there are BPOs, there are also a need and a demand for better internet connectivity. And this is one thing that ICT councils can perhaps consider. And ICT councils can be led by actually schools who are proactive in developing such. So if you were to ask me, I would really prefer synchronous versus asynchronous. And I also understand that there is challenge in internet connectivity, and I would suggest that an ICT council be established, or if there is already an existing ICT council, then it should be reactivated, and maybe diba, focus on a real target. No, perhaps that target is to enhance the connectivity in the area. Are there plans ba of an ICT council? Or is there already one?
There is, sir.
Yes, sir, Reno. There is already.
Yes, and there is a need to reactivate again the ICT council.
I understand. And I hope BIPSU is also, I know your needs, I know you want to enhance connectivity in your area. And so I hope BIPSU will take the lead as well in reactivating. I hope that answers. Yes,
sir, we have our Smart Campus proposal initiative that we will initiate the point-to-point of all the municipalities here in our province.
All right, that's good, sir. Actually,
project object.
Actually, if there is, Actually, if there is also an active LGU participation, and then so there's no need for an ICT council. But if the LGU as well has perhaps ICT connectivity is not the priorities for the meantime, then an ICT council is ideal to be established or reactivated. Yes, thank you, Sir Reynold, for providing the inputs. At least I have an idea. You can actually reach out to our DICT focal in Biliran, si Miss Hazel. I'm not sure if you have met her already. Before it was Ma'am Maria, no?
Yes.
Because DICT is also...
We already have initial talk with Ma'am Hazel Martinez. So we suggested to reactivate the...
Okay. At least we are on the same boat. We are on the same page.
Yes.
I would really highly recommend that to happen. Any more question? Do we still have time? Pero once we do online classes talaga, that is really tantamount to saying better connectivity. We can do actually online classes with a limited internet connectivity, but that would lead to a lot of hassles, So online classes equals better connectivity. Yes, Miss Joy?
Guys, do you have more questions? Na ako diri question, sir, from Sir Robert. Iyan lang gisuwat. Ingon siya. I have seen videos in TikTok about hacks on checking the answers for questionnaires or exam using Google Form.
What's it again? I have checked.
I have seen videos in TikTok about hacks on checking the answers for questionnaires or exam using Google Form.
Ako, I have not seen. So, if that's the case, then ako, in my quizzes, no, I use Google Forms. But in my major quizzes, major exams like midterm and finals, I refuse or I don't use Google Forms. But what I use is actually Excel, Microsoft Excel, and then I tailor fit it for every student. I set a password, and I'm not sure if you have experienced a set A and set B kind of exam, no? So I prepare two kinds of exams para ma-eliminate po na ako ng cheating or copying. But really, I'm also afraid kanang gi-share karon no nga there is a hack in getting answers. That's why in my major exams I don't use these forms because I'm not really 100% I don't find it 100% reliable. So I make my own Excel sheet exam with a different password for each student of mine. No, perhaps very tedious, but since part-time raman ko, I have more time and effort as compared perhaps to most of you na full-time. No, and I just have fewer students, like around 10 or to 15, so I can bear with it lang. But you can actually do that, no? Para ma-impress ko din yung students, no? I have my own password in my exam, in my exam sheet. So perhaps lahi ning ako ang set of exam. And also during the exam, I asked them to really turn on their cameras. Diba? In my classes, usually I ask them to turn off, but during exams, I really ask them to turn on their cameras.
Okay, sir. What about the others? Do you still have questions, guys? Sir Kiras, do you have any more questions?
Wala na, Ma'am Joy.
Okay, so what about the others? Ma'am Jumai, do you have questions? Ma'am Roslyn?
Wala, Ma'am Joy.
Okay, so I guess we will now proceed to the awarding of certificates since wala na questions ang lain natong faculty. And again, Sir Doman, thank you so much for sharing your expertise unselfishly to us. And we hope to have a more engagement with you. So it was a very interactive discussion with you. And to award to award a token of gratitude, we would like to award a certificate of recognition, which citation reads, Certificate of Recognition is given to Joshua Eleazar Domen for his shared expertise as resource speaker on tech tools, Netiquette, techniques, and online teaching during the Dayon sa STCS and onboarding program for first semester school year 2021-2022, given this 29th of September 2021 at BIPSO Naval Campus, Naval Biliran, signed by the University President Victor C. Canyazo Jr. Again, thank you so much, Sir Domen.
Thank you, Miss Joy, and to everyone else who participated. Daghang salamat. Dayon kamo sa BIPSU.
Dayon sa BIPSO, dayon sa STCS. Can we have photo ops muna, sir? Guys, can you turn on your camera before everybody leaves? There, okay. Sir PM, hello. Sir Evan. Guys, turn on your camera.
Mauday niya
Wow.
mga nang-attend din
Skarap.
niya, nag-answer.
How are you? Okay, so smile, guys. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Sir Domen.
Thank you. Until next time.
Thank you,
God
Sir
bless you, sir.
Josh.
Keep safe.
Thank you, Miss
Ma'am
Josh.
Joy, before we move out, what's in store for us this afternoon?
Yes, by the way, we will have a face-to-face talk this afternoon, and our university president, Dr. Victor, will be here joining us this afternoon. So we need everyone to be here before 1 p.m. Yes, and our resource person will be Sir Sanchanias and Sir Jason Ang. So everybody is expected to be here.